Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 35. And there's a lot more questions this time. Let's kick it off. First question is from John Cross. Are you going to open a Yu-Gi-Oh! Mega Tin of 2022? Yes, I am. I already answered this question elsewhere. Hey. There we go, short and sweet. These next questions are from Webbers5. That's the first time he's ever submitted questions for my Q&A. 1. Dark Magician is so iconic and frequently gets support. If Dark Magician was to get a synchro monster, what would you want it to do? What I'd want it to do would be pretty good, actually. The effect would be face-up spells and traps you control cannot be removed from the field. Oh, yeah, protection for Eternal Soul, that would be nice. Once per turn, you can make this card's name become either Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. So that would make it easier to use a lot of the spells and traps that they play, like bond between teacher and student, dark magic attack, a knight's title, things like that. And also, if this synchro summoned card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one spellcaster type monster, one spell card, and one trap card in your graveyard that say Dark Magician in the text. Shuffle those targets into the deck, then draw 3 cards. You can only use each effect of this monster once per turn. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, especially considering what you need to do to get it out. 2. You know me as a techie duelist. What is your favourite / least favourite tech you've seen me use? I feel I know the least favourite, possibly having something to do with what I did to your Rainbow Neos. Yeah, you got that right. The least favourite would be that Dragoonity Synchro monster whose name I can't remember. Like, that was just mean. Like, I still haven't forgiven you for that. As for the most favourite, I think I'd probably say Majestic Star Dragon. It's one of my favourite dragons and favourite synchro monsters in the game. I mean, yeah, it does negate things, but at least it has a steep cost. You know, it has to tribute itself to do it, which makes it fair. So yeah, I did like that, although what I didn't like though was it being comboed with Odd Eye's Persona Dragon, negating the effect to keep it on the field, which was such a pain. But it is a good combo, and I rate it. 3. Webbers5 has challenged you to a signature deck showdown. Your Dark Magician, now with Battle of Chaos support, versus my Odd Eyes, pending Dimension Force support post 20th of May. Do you accept? I do indeed accept the challenge. I miss the clashes of the Dark Magician and Odd Eye's Pendulum Dragon. So yeah, I will gladly do that. Yeah. And it would kind of be sort of a Yugi Tuber feature match as well, even though we already did one early on in 2018, but no harm doing another one. Also, another question, but just want to say, as your friend and teammate with all your tech issues and being upset with some of your challenges. It's really great to see how much happier you've been since you and your girlfriend got together. Really happy for you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, and I have been happier since me and Emma got together. I mean, yeah, there were other shitty things that did happen in my life since then, like someone rubbing a lot in my face, Emma getting COVID before Christmas, like that issue with someone in my Q&A asking awkward questions and questions that I banned, Storm Utless ruining my original Valentine's Day plans with Emma. But other than that, everything's been absolutely fantastic since we got together, and I couldn't be happier thanks to her. Next two questions are from Matthew Welch. 1. In your Asta character deck profile, which by the way I need to re-upload because I still have it, you mentioned how current format modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not as exciting as it once was, and it's very stale. Alison and myself both agree with you 100%, and that's why her and myself now focus on strictly past format decks, duels and tournaments. With that being said, do you think modern Yu-Gi-Oh's current format will become more boring in the near future? I'm not sure I specifically said the current game was stale. At least I don't remember saying that. Like, all I remember saying was that Destiny heroes are kind of boring and just not as fun as they used to be. Same with evil heroes. But no, I do see what you mean though. I still enjoy this game a lot, but there's times where it just doesn't seem as fun as it used to be. Like, it's something I've talked about a few times already in the past, but yeah, the game just in general has come too far away from what it used to be like in both the original series and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX eras, and I miss the way the game was back then, where like whoever goes first could still draw. Fusion monsters were the only extra deck monster in existence and was originally called the Fusion deck, and there was no limit on the Fusion deck. Sure, priority was still a thing, and it shouldn't have ever been a thing, but besides the existence of priority, like, the game was just a lot better before synchros came along. Not that I'm hating on synchros or anything, at least not all of them, but I just preferred the way things were back then. And like, the game just keeps changing and evolving way too much, and not for the better. I don't like how whoever goes first can't draw. Turn one, like pendulums and links just changed the game too much, and not for the better, in my personal opinion. What else was there? Yeah, there's too many OTK decks and too many decks that lock decks down in some way or another, whether it's control based or stun based, and it's just frustrating. Like, it was bad enough back in the day when, like, they were becoming more of a thing in the early synchro era, with gladiator beasts just dominating with Heraclean or some war chariot. I still hate gladiator beasts even to this day. And of course there were OTK decks before synchros came along, like Stein OTK, Demise OTK, and Scientist FTK, but those kinds of decks were rare and weren't seen as frequently as they are today. In fact, sometimes I've even thought about just outright quitting modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Myself and just playing with only past format decks, preferably from a pre-synchro era. But then again, there wouldn't be a lot of people for me to play otherwise, and and then I kind of feel like gathering the cards I've gathered for Emma so far would have been a pointless waste of time if I just decided to do that. Unless, of course, she wanted to play past format as well. Like, I don't know, I feel like maybe explaining the differences between past format and current format might be a bit confusing for her. I don't know. Like, regardless, I want to try and make Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff simple for her. I was even saying to her the other day that I feel like bringing her into that battle royal might have been a bit overwhelming. But I mean, it kind of was, but not that much. So maybe I need to make things easier by just having 1v1 games or speed duel games. I don't know. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. 2. With Weber's 5 asking about a Dark Magician Synchro monster, if Dark Magician also received a tuner and a link monster, which may be likely, what would their names be, and what attack, defense, level, link and effects be for? Well, in regards to the Synchro monster, it would be level 8, Dark, Spellcaster, obviously, maybe like 28, 29 or 3,000 attack points, 2,500 defense, similar stats to the fusions, which are all level 8, well, except of course for the Dark Magicians and Dark Flare Knight. And the name of the Synchro would be Palladium Oracle Illusion Magician. I think that would be cool, and because it would be a Palladium Oracle monster, it would mean that if that went to the graveyard as well, along with Dark Magician Girl, Mahad and Mana, it means that you can banish Soul Servant to draw 5 cards. That would be great. As for a tuner, I would probably make it a level 1. I'm not sure what name it would have. Maybe something like Ebon Apprentice, and it would have the materials on the Synchro, by the way, would be a Spellcaster tuner plus 1 Dark Magician monster or 1 Palladium Oracle monster, you know, just so it doesn't get used and abused in other Spellcaster decks, like Endymion, for instance. Anyway, the tuner, so it would be level 1, and a Dark Spellcaster, and would have an effect that would say Once per turn, you can target one other monster you control that says Dark Magician in its card text, or one Dark Magician monster. Make that card's level become level 7 until the end of the turn. Of course, that would be kind of pointless to use on Dark Magician himself or Mahad, but it is what it is. I don't know what attack and defense stats it would have. Like somewhere below a grand. Plus, with it being level 1, you could special summon it off 1 for 1, and even good old Apprentice Magician. I think that would. But the level changing effect would be handy, because it would mean if you don't have Dark Magician or Mahad on hand, you can use Dark Magician Girl, Mana, or just any of the other monsters like Magician's Rod or something. And as for a link, this is one that I literally just thought of, because after looking at the question again before recording the episode, I came up with this at the last minute. So it would be a link to Dark Spellcaster again. Not sure on a name. I didn't even... Wait, yeah, I did think of a name for the tuner. Maybe something like... something like Dark Illusion Magician, I think. Yeah. And it would be a link to, and would require 2 spellcasters with different names. Simple as that. And maybe have an attack stat of 2000 or 1900. That seems pretty good, right? And this guy would have a really cool effect. Basically, you can banish banish one continuous spell or trap from your graveyard and move this card to your spell and trap zone. This card's name becomes the name of the spell or trap you banished, and replace this card's effects with that card's effects. You can only use this effect once per turn. So I think that would be a great way to reuse Eternal Soul and Dark Magical Circle in a way. As obviously a weakness of Dark Magician is back row removal, and like if Eternal Soul or Circle or both go, then you can just use this and just copy the effects of either of them, and apply them while in the spell and trap zone. That'd be pretty neat, and I think it's a fair cost, just being a link to monster seems reasonable. And the last questions are from Gunnar. And he says, I almost forgot. Hope I'm not too late. Well, don't worry, my friend, you're right on time. 1. Thanks to the Speed Duel GX box, many elemental hero cards that were expensive before are now cheap as hell. Do you want to build a new Jade and Yugi elemental hero deck with all of the old heroes as normal? As normal Yu-Gi-Oh deck without Neos. I mean, I kinda do already, because I have my pure elemental hero deck, which doesn't play Neos. I mean, yeah, it does have several modern heroes, but I still have a lot of the classic elemental heroes. I do still have my Jaden character deck, but it basically does have Neos. There's no plans for that. Furthermore, there's a chance that once the support from Power of the Elements comes out, I'm going to put Neos in my pure Elemental Hero deck anyway. 2. With the new core set Dark Wings in the OCG in July, do you think Black Wings or Raid Raptors will get new support? I hope for Black Wings. To be honest, this is the first I've heard of it. I feel like Black Wings would be more likely, considering Raid Raptors already got support in Phantom Rage. And I think Black Wings are more likely to get support. 3. Is there a speed duel deck you really hate to play against? As a matter of fact, there's 2, Amazoness and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, you heard me right. I hate Blue Eyes White Dragon decks in speed duels, despite the fact that it's one of my favourite dragons of all time. Why? Because Lord of Dragons giving them targeting immunity is just so annoying, and it makes them impossible to overcome. Like, there's like fuck all ways to deal with big dragons that can't be targeted. Like, or even if there is, then it requires a lot of luck. And as for Amazons, well, the Swordswoman Heirloom combo is so fucking annoying as well as cheap. Like, no offense to anyone who plays it, of course, but it really is. Like, it's just annoying having the damage I would inflict turned against me, and then having my monsters popped. Like, I'm sorry, but it's so annoying, cheap, and dirty. I hate it. In fact, I almost just stopped doing speed duels altogether because of those decks. But I find that Arcana Knights can deal with Blue Eyes a bit better than my Dark Magician deck can. It seems that my elemental heroes can get around the Swordswoman Heirloom combo, but it just requires specific cards in order to do it. Whereas my Dark Magician deck just usually struggles in a lot of my games, especially in the Blue Eyes and Amazoness matchup. So I don't tend to draw the right cards at the right time, and like, no matter what changes I do, and whether I change the deck from 30 to 20 or somewhere in between, I can't seem to ever get the balance right. I'm sure I was able to overcome Cyber Dragons the other day, but I feel like that was, I don't know, it was either luck or it was just simply a deck that my Dark Magician deck can deal with. Right? See, the problem is Dark Magician needs more support in speed duels to make the deck work. Anyway, 4. Have you ever heard of real life Yu-Gi-Oh series or movies? My friends are making awesome movies soon, and I can be part of it, and I will be a duelist on camera. I am very excited. Dude, I'm very excited to see this. I love it. I assume you're specifically referring to that series which those guys from Hungary did. Because if so, I love that movie series. It's just a lot of fun to watch. If you're talking generically, then yeah, I like most of the ones that have come out. There's other Yu-Gi-Oh! Real Life series. Done. I can't remember specifically the names of these guys, but it's that one involving a villain called the Mask. I love the Seal of Revelations of the Orichalcos. I love that series as well. I also love Yu-Gi-Oh! Excalibur. Still waiting on the next episode. Although I can obviously understand if Prez Komori has other things going on in his life. And I also love the spin-off series done by Mr. Awesome, which hasn't been done for a while. And the Destiny series that Underground did a while ago was really cool. It's just a shame that that got cancelled. It kind of makes me want to do a series of my own as well. The problem is those kinds of things take a lot of time and effort to do, and I myself wouldn't have the time and the patience to do something like that. But I do kind of want to do another movie thing, or dual movie thing, like I did at Halloween again. I'm thinking about doing one for the 15th anniversary, but I don't know if I'll do that. But I'm excited for this movie series that you're going to be in. I'll definitely watch it. And that is basically it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. And of course, if you've got any other comments you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. And I just realised that I didn't plug my mic in again. Bollocks, why do I keep forgetting? Anyway, thank you for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.